victim of crime, are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? The only question I ever ask is, are you okay? And sadly, we have seen over the last 2 weeks since Hurricane Helene.
So in an attempt to win the Hispanic vote, Kamala Harris did a town hall with Telemundo last night, and it did not exactly go well for her. In fact, one viral clip may suggest that she was even using a teleprompter during the live event. Is it real? What exactly was happening? We'll give you that full story and address it in today's video. But first, folks, if you are wondering where we currently are, we are still in evacuation mode because of Hurricane Milton. We will be back in the office soon, but first, do us a big favor. If you enjoy the content, rain or shine, even on the road, do us a big favor by hitting that subscribe button down below. Your subscriptions go a long way in ensuring we can keep bringing you these videos even in a remote location. So do us that favor, hit that subscribe button. Okay, and with that said, before we get into the actual town hall itself, I think it is important to contextualize this in the greater conversation of the Hispanic vote itself, because obviously Hispanics are, I still believe, if I'm not mistaken, the fastest growing demographic in the United States, and they're also a demographic group that has been shifting away from Democrats in the past couple of years. And here are some of the important statistics to remember. In 2020, for instance, Joe Biden won 63% of the Hispanic vote in Arizona. Arizona is obviously a key swing state, and Hispanics make up 19% of the voting population there. In another southwestern state, in Nevada, Joe Biden won 56% of the Hispanic vote, and similarly, Hispanics make up 19% of the electorate there. Now, for the fun of it, we can also look at other swing states. Latinos do make up a much smaller part of the population here, but why not? In 2020 in Georgia, Joe Biden won 57% of the Hispanic vote. In North Carolina, 59%. And in Pennsylvania, wow, 78% of the Hispanic vote. But like I said, those trends have been favoring Republicans. They are moving in Donald Trump's direction, not in Kamala Harris's direction. And now, 4 years later, take a listen to where the Hispanic vote currently stands now, according to Telemundo's own polling.
And see exactly who stands where. The bottom line is it's a close race, and I understand you all will roll out some new polling on Meet the Press from NBC News about the Latino vote.
That's right, Willie, and we've got Steve Kornacki to help us do it. So I'll give you the top line number here. Right now, Vice President Kamala Harris leads former President Trump with the Latino vote. Take a look at the breakdown, 54 to 40%. Significant because while she leads, the advantage has declined to Democrats' lowest level in the past 4 presidential cycles. Take a look at the history here. Take a look at this, Willie. 2012, Democrats led by 44 points, 38 points in 2016, and on and on. This is exit polling that you're looking at, by the way, but it really underscores the fact that right now, at least, Democrats do have some ground to make up with this group. Now, Harris does better with Latino voters than President Biden was doing when he was at the top of the ticket. But look, it's part of the strategy that we saw unfold this week. As Vaughn said, she went.
So yeah, as you heard in that clip, Kamala Harris is way down from the Democrat historical precedent in terms of the national Hispanic vote. This is a big reason why Texas, for instance, remember all the talk about how Texas was going to be a swing state for the past couple of years, and then Trump won it in 2020, and you never heard that talk ever again? Well, a big reason for 2020 and why it was a dominant margin was actually because of a lot of Latino voters down in South Texas, and ever since then, the state overall in all demographic groups has gotten more Republican. But yeah, again, this is not a trend that spells good news for Democrats. Now, with that said, okay, Kamala Harris, understanding she needs to make up a lot of ground with Hispanic voters, especially for Arizona and Nevada. Of course, what would she resort to? Okay, if you're a Democrat trying to do this, of course, we all know the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is to go on Telemundo and bust out the fake accent. Of course, it makes perfect sense.
Well, first of all, thank you for the question. I hope your family is okay and your home is okay.
I hope your family is okay. Okay. Unbelievable. So yeah, that was the Kamala Harris town hall with Telemundo last night. But there's this one clip going very viral from it that a lot of people are talking about because it seems to suggest that Telemundo was allowing Kamala to use a teleprompter. Now, is that actually true? What is Telemundo saying about it? Whatever. We'll show you the clip and then talk about it here in a second. So here is Kamala Harris allegedly being handed a teleprompter during the Telemundo town hall.
Victim of crime, are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? The only question I ever ask is, are you okay? And sadly, we have seen over the last 2 weeks since Hurricane Helene.
So you can see there from that clip, right? It would appear, it seems like she's staring in that direction. She's reading off the teleprompter and they're doing this panning camera shot and then noticing, oh shoot, they can see our teleprompter. They cut it off. They turn it off to protect her or hide her. Which logically speaking, if that is true, that would be a really bad look for her because the entire point of town halls is to be unscripted, right? It is supposed to be a raw, unfiltered moment with the American people, with the voters. And you have Kamala out here it would seem not only receiving the questions ahead of time, but receiving the answers ahead of time. But we'll be totally fair about this and point out that Telemundo did go out themselves and claim that's not what was happening. The teleprompter was for the host of the town hall, right? It was for the journalist to use and it was just left on there and then they cut it off. Again, just being totally fair about this, like that is a plausible explanation for what we saw in that camera shot. But at the same time, it's not a good look. Okay, it's really not a good look because this comes in the wake of a scandal where 60 Minutes was indeed caught editing Kamala Harris's interview to make her sound less stupid. Let's not forget about that.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Right. So look, folks. It's entirely possible that Telemundo is telling the truth. To me, that's not a unplausible explanation that they gave. But at the same time, after that whole 60 Minutes debacle, you do have to be a little bit skeptical. And you do have to say that it's entirely open, it's entirely possible that Telemundo might have allowed Kamala to use a teleprompter in secret because, I mean, let's just face it, the press already has a long track record of protecting Kamala Harris, and the 60 Minutes interview is a prime example of that, and that's not something that is hoaxed. That's not something that is made up or speculated on. They literally did run a different answer to that Israel question that made her sound a lot less stupid than what she actually said, and we just played the clip there for you. And for this, we'll call it teleprompter gate to happen just like 2 days after this bombshell was dropped. Again, it's not a good look, okay? And that's the conclusion I'm going to draw for it. Whatever happened, because I don't know, bad look for the Kamala campaign, and we are once again witnessing the middle of the October collapse right now. I basically called this in the first week of the month, but you're continuing to see it. She is plummeting in the polls. It seems like she is on wobbly ground. All these scandals keep coming out. Every time she does a public appearance, she can never just do a clean one, right? She can never do a clean interview, a clean town hall. Something always happens. Again, folks, seems to me the October surprise was Kamala Harris's honeymoon back from August, not just declining, but utterly collapsing. With that said, though, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. What do you think is the truth about teleprompter gate, right? Do you think she was using it? Do you think it was just Telemundo leaving it on and then they shut it off? And, it's not that deep. And what are your thoughts on the 60 Minutes scandal, of course? And that one is actually confirmed real. Okay, and until next time, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. God bless and peace.